April and May are predictably hot in India, but the current temperatures are pushing past historical norms. Right now, 98 of the 100 hottest cities on Earth are located within our borders. This prolonged heat is warping our infrastructure. We are seeing a high frequency of industrial fires across multiple states, and the intense temperatures bring massive economic friction. In 2023 alone, extreme heat cost the Indian economy an estimated 1 lakh crore rupees, primarily hitting agriculture and outdoor labor. That financial damage brings the central bank directly into the conversation. Today, the Reserve Bank of India and major financial markets are analyzing oceanic temperature models just as closely as climate scientists do. They are tracking an oceanic phenomenon that will dictate national food prices, make home loans much more expensive, and push human endurance to the breaking point. A massive temperature anomaly is currently forming thousands of miles away in the Pacific. It is a super El Nino, and India is about to bet its domestic economy on exactly how it behaves. Under ordinary conditions, powerful trade winds blow east to west, pushing warm surface water from South America toward Asia. But every few years, these winds weaken. The massive reservoir of warm water gathered in the west sloshes back across the Pacific toward the Americas. This chart shows the resulting sea surface temperature anomalies. A standard El Nino occurs when these central Pacific waters warm by 0.5 degree Celsius. A super El Nino happens when temperatures spike by 2 degrees or more, entirely reorganizing global storm tracks. For the Indian subcontinent, that distant oceanic warming disrupts our atmospheric circulation. It severely weakens the winds responsible for carrying dense moisture from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal inland. Because of this disruption, the India Meteorological Department has forecasted a below-normal monsoon season, projecting we will receive only 92% of our long-period average rainfall. That missing 8% carries massive consequences. Right now, nearly 55% of India's farmland lacks active irrigation. Millions of agricultural workers rely entirely on water falling directly from the sky at the exact right time. When the monsoon underperforms, it stunts summer kharif crops like rice, cotton, and pulses. It also leaves the soil too dry to properly sustain winter crops like wheat. The deficit also starves our infrastructure. According to the Central Water Commission, 166 major reservoirs have dropped below half their total capacity, cutting into municipal drinking water supplies and the hydroelectric power grid. When agricultural output shrinks, the immediate downstream effect is scarcity. Lower crop yields translate directly to higher price tags at the local vegetable market. This matters at the highest levels of government because food accounts for nearly 1/3 of the consumer price index. A spike in grocery bills inevitably drives up the national inflation rate. To cool off that inflation, the Reserve Bank of India is forced to either halt rate cuts or actively hike interest rates. That makes borrowing capital more expensive for businesses and drives up the monthly payments on everyday home and auto loans. El Nino itself is a natural cycle, but today it operates on top of a steadily rising baseline of global climate change. If climate change is an upward-moving escalator, El Nino is the act of jumping while riding it. When those temperature spikes occur, the historical impact is grim. The extreme El Nino of 1877 triggered widespread monsoon failure, resulting in devastating famines that killed millions of people across the subcontinent. But there is a meaningful reason for optimism today. Through a global network of satellites and deep ocean buoys tracking subsurface temperatures, scientists now have months of advance warning before the worst effects hit land. That lead time gives state governments the window they need to implement heat action plans, restrict water usage from low reservoirs, and secure international food imports to stabilize domestic markets. While the government attempts to buffer the broader economy, individual citizens are ultimately responsible for managing their own physical safety as temperatures peak. Strict environmental protocols are necessary. Medical professionals advise avoiding direct outdoor exposure between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. and wearing loose, light-colored clothing to allow the body to properly regulate its temperature. Dietary adjustments are equally important. Never spend long periods in the heat on an empty stomach. Increase your daily water intake, and strictly avoid alcohol and sugary drinks. both of which rapidly accelerate dehydration. We cannot stop a super El Niño from shifting the Pacific winds or raising the temperature of the air, but by understanding the geographic chain reaction it sets off, we can prepare our financial systems, adapt our infrastructure, and protect ourselves.